to cook an elaborate brunch on Christmas morning? No one. That's who. So today, Kowalski's has a bake you can make before just to pop in the oven. And Score, it is a great way to use up leftover Christmas ham as well. Kowalski's culinary director, Rachel Perrin, is here with the recipe. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. I don't want to make breakfast on Christmas morning.
I don't either. You have other things to attend to, stockings and toys and just like relaxing, enjoying that special morning with your family.
Absolutely. So this is a great recipe for something that you can make ahead.
Good.
It's a take on a classic brunch bake or like an egg bake, but it uses a different base, and we're going to have you start in on those.
Okay.
Those are our croissants.
Okay.
So what we want to do is take about 4 or 5 croissants and cut them into, or tear them, either way will work fine, into 8 to 10 pieces per croissant. These are going to form the base of the casserole, and because of the texture of the croissant, it's going to give it a nice airy, light, fluffy texture, a little different than maybe ones that you've done where you've used artisan bread before.
Oh, I love
Cut
that.
up half of those and put them in the bottom of your pan, and then we're going to put in a little bit of that leftover ham.
Anything that starts with croissant, by the way, I think is a winning recipe.
Absolutely. And you know, these croissants are, well, we have the best croissants, I think, but the other thing that's really cool about them now is that we sell them in the freezer department or the frozen food department. So you can buy them frozen and then pop them in the oven and then have them fresh.
Super fresh, yeah.
Super fresh croissants right out of your oven. They're amazing. And you don't have
Brilliant.
to leave them out overnight. You can just pop them in from frozen. They're amazing.
Awesome.
Back to the bake though, we're going to put in a little bit of ham, and then I've got 2 kinds of cheese here. I'm doing Swiss because this is Bavarian inspired, so we've got ham and Swiss here. And then I like to put a little Monterey Jack cheese in there too, because I think it's a little creamier.
Right.
It melts a little bit better, and it gives just a nice, you know, kind of smoothness to the dish.
I love
Put about
that.
half the cheese in the middle, and then we're going to have you put the rest of the croissants on top
more.
while
Okay.
I make the egg mixture. So you can cut those
Okay.
up and just throw them right on the top.
Okay.
So half croissants in the bottom, half in the top. The egg mixture is 4 eggs and 3 cups of milk. That's the most important measurement you need to remember.
Okay.
And then we're going to add in some seasonings to that. So of course we're going to do a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. You can kind of eyeball those. And then I like a little bit of nutmeg in just about any egg bake that I do. I just think it has a nice, what is that flavor in the background? Just a little pinch of nutmeg is really good. And then I also do usually a little bit of cayenne pepper, just a titch, just a little bit in there, just to give it a little bit of a background kind of heat. And then I put in a little bit of mustard. So we had the ham, we had the Swiss. I figured it might be nice to add a little bit of that still kind of like ham and Swiss kind of flavor in there. So this is 2 teaspoons of our garlic dill Dijon mustard. You can use any Dijon mustard that you have. You just don't want to put a yellow mustard in here.
Okay.
So just that's going to be a little bit too sharp and a little bit too vinegary and tangy. That's it.
Really not difficult, and I say that as a person who does not cook very much.
It's
So
not.
if I'm saying it, folks, you can do this at home too, I promise.
And then you just pour the egg mixture over. Now the hardest part about this is waiting, because you do need to let it sit for several hours. I would say 2 minimum. I would say maybe even 3.
Okay.
But as I said, it's better to just do it overnight. So I
There
did
you
one
go.
last night. You just kind of push this all down, cover it with some plastic wrap, and then put it in the fridge weighted down with maybe some cups of something or something to kind of keep those croissants pressed down into
they're buoyant.
They'll eventually soak it up anyway, but it's just kind of nice to give it a little bit of a pressure on the top of the plastic wrap. But that goes in your refrigerator, and then it goes into a 350-degree oven in the morning, right here. 45 minutes until it's dark golden brown on top, and then it's ready to go.
And do you feel like you're really accomplished then at that point, right? I'm going to give this to these gentlemen here. Oh, thank you. I really cut that croissant very well, didn't I? I'm pretty proud of my abilities in that regard. Oh, this looks really beautiful. It looks so impressive, and it's, you know, a lot of payoff for minimal investment. Isn't that true?
Absolutely, and I mean, and I said, it's bread, it's eggs, it's got everything you want in a breakfast all in one dish, and it's just so simple. It's something also that you can make with kids too. They could love to tear up the croissants, you know, with you.
Yes.
You know, they love to do a little whisking if they're a little older, but it's just a fun, easy dish to put together the night before and take it easy the next morning.
Amen. And then they can claim credit as well. Well, Rachel, that was an excellent idea. The recipe and a link to Kowalski's is on KARE11.com. Text the word recipes to 763-797-7215 to get a link to the recipes page. And thank you again, Rachel. We'll be right back.